All right, are we back? Are we back? Let's see. Okay, looks like we're back. Seems Google is having problems when the new year. They probably did some update and made everything worse, which is what usually happens. Okay, a few more minutes, then I got to go. I'm actually cooking rice right now, so it's almost time for me to go get it. That's one of my projects for the year, 2023. Is I'm actually I started it probably a couple of weeks ago. I'm starting to cook. I'm going to spend the winter doing more cooking, trying to improve my cooking ability. So far, going very well. I've been cooking a lot of. I got a couple cookbooks. Been cooking a lot of stuff out of them. So very nice. Oh, there's my rice. I just heard the alarm. So I'll take a couple more comments or questions, and then I'm going to go and check on my rice that I'm making. Making something called pulao. I think it's called pulao. It's like an Indian dish. So I'm focusing this year. I'm doing paleo dishes from a paleo cookbook, and I'm doing Indian dishes from a Hare Krishna cookbook. Kind of opposite styles of cooking, but they're both good. This one's from the Hare Krishna book cookbook. It's kind of like a vegetable fried rice. Okay, Arun asks how to make podcasts like you in English in 2023. Okay, that's a good question. It's really simple. So you get a podcasting, join a podcasting service or app. There's a bunch of them. Okay, that's where you will upload. That's where you will put your audio file. Right? There's so many of them. I can't even give you a specific one, but just look up. Podcasting. I don't know what you call it, podcasting service. And then you'll register your podcast with, like iTunes and several others. A lot of these podcasting services will do that for you. Makes it easy. And then just start recording and doing them. That's the key. Just do it. Pick a topic and talk about it. You maybe decide what is your podcast about. I don't know if you're just going to talk randomly or you want to talk about some specific, topics. I don't know. But do your best. Just take action and do it. Gogo asks, do you like coffee? I do. I like coffee a lot. I like it. Yeah, Ibrahim Ali says, you're right, AJ. We're not going to die. We just have to live more simply and cut the unnecessary expenses. For example, a lot of people eat at restaurants and never cook at home, and they still complain. This is a good example. This is, as I was mentioning, coming back here. This is one that I'm doing. Of course, since my kids came, we're not really eating at restaurants much anymore anyway, but my wife's been doing most of the cooking, and I'm starting to help her more, try to give her some help. So I'm trying to cook several meals per week as well, and I'm enjoying it this time. Actually, I'm quite enjoying it. It's fun. So I'm getting a little better, learning how to cook more. And it does save money. Cooking at home is much cheaper than eating at restaurants. So this is something all of us could do if you're worried about the economic situation. If you eat at restaurants a lot, stop doing that and eat at home. Make things at home. Get some cookbooks if you need to. Lua from Brazil, good to see you. Thanks for the nice comments. Cool. Fernando Diaz says, AJ, because of you, I've met so many people from all around the world. Please organize for the future new conversation challenges. That's a good idea. I'll think about it for next year. Oh, cool. Kamalakanan says, my goal is to do chanting meditation 16 rounds a day. This is my goal. That's fantastic. Rounds is on a, it's on a, like basically what like Catholics call a rosary, right? Japa, we call it japa. 16 rounds a day. That's fantastic. That's depending on the mantra you're doing, probably, maybe 2 hours a day. It's really good. All right. All right. Our sound is perfect now. Good. Anna says, I've always looked up to my classmate. She is the most decisive person ever. She could take a decision and immediately start doing it. She lost 12 kilograms in a month. Yeah, it's great, right? We do admire people like that because, someone who just decides they want to try something and they just do it. They don't think about it. They don't worry about it. They're not, oh, what should I do? Oh, what if I failed? They just, boom. And they get so much done, right? I agree. I admire very decisive people. I'm much more decisive than I used to be. I've gotten more and more and more decisive because I've learned with experience that it's just effective to be decisive and not to. There's no point with most decisions. There's no point taking much time. Most decisions in life are small decisions, and we don't need to take a huge amount of time with them. And even in the times I've hesitated, even with some bigger decisions, I regret. I regret hesitating. For example, having children. I hesitated for years and years and years. Oh, I'm not sure. Am I ready to have kids? And I was so, hesitant and indecisive and not sure. And so I waited too many years. And, thank God we still were able to have kids, but it was almost too late. It was that hesitation was foolish. The indecisiveness was foolish. I should have just done it earlier. So, I think it's usually good to be more decisive than less. Okay, we do need to think about some decisions in life, but we will often overthink decisions, where we think too much. I think for most people, that's the problem. There are some people who don't think enough in life. You maybe know some. I know like at least one in my extended family, right, where they don't think at all and they just do things and they do really stupid, foolish things, and then they don't learn from those things and they just do it again and they do it again and their life is a mess. That is a problem. So I'm not saying don't think, right? But the key thing is to learn. Even doing that, if you make a fast decision and you get a bad result, that's still not usually so bad if you learn from it and don't do it again. The problem is people who make a foolish decision and then they get a terrible result. It causes a lot of problems. And then they don't learn anything about it. And the next time they just do the same thing again, and they do it again, and they do it again. Like addicts, like alcoholics are a good example of this, right? They get drunk once and do stupid stuff. That's not such a big deal as long as they don't drive and kill somebody. But if they don't do that, if they just, they act like an idiot and cause problems, even lose their job or something like that. Okay, that's a bad result, but it's not the end of the world if they learn from it. If they would learn from it and just stop drinking or stop doing those things, then no big deal. They gained experience. The problem is when they don't learn and they just go, 2 weeks later, they get drunk and they do all the same stupid stuff again. And then they do it again and they do it again. And they just keep doing the same stupid things again and again and again. And they never learn. That is a problem, right? So learning is a part of being decisive. You got to learn from your decisions too, because you will make bad decisions. You certainly will. And you certainly will fail, and you'll even do very stupid stuff. Some of your decisions you'll realize later seem like a good idea, but you look back and you realize, oh, so stupid, right? But it's because we don't know. A lot of us are ignorant and we don't know. It means we don't know. We don't have experience. We get lost in media. We get influenced by foolish things, foolish people. And so we do make foolish, stupid decisions sometimes. It's going to happen to you. I've done it. I think we've all done it. So just learn and keep going. Will you return to Twitter after Elon bought it? I do a little Twitter now. I am back on Twitter. They unbanned my account. My account's open again. So I will. I just when I do a show, I put something on Twitter. I just let people know that I'm doing a show. But my main social media will continue to be Gab, because Gab has proven that they are more open. Twitter, who knows? I guess Twitter's better than it was. That's good. But I think Gab's still much better. Elon is red-pilled. We'll see. Partially, at least. Arun's asking, what are your goals for 2023? Do you have any book suggestions? Any upcoming book clubs? I need to think about a book club. I've been doing different little pieces from books recently, but I have to think of like a full book club to do. I'd like to do something a little different, right? Not just the same kind of stuff we've been doing. I'll think about it. I don't have plans. For my own goals, I haven't really figured them out yet. I've got certain categories like my family. What do I want to do with my family? So I do have some pretty clear ideas what to do. I'll be starting a more organized homeschool program for my kids this year. We've been very loose until now. We'll still be pretty loose, but a little more scheduled, a little more organized. Cooking. This is a family goal too. It's a personal goal for me, and it's also just for my family. Better nutrition, cook more. My wife already does it, but I'm going to do it. I'm doing it already more. I've got some jiu-jitsu goals, just some things I want to try to improve with jiu-jitsu. Health and fitness, I'll probably just keep doing jiu-jitsu, more or less doing what I'm doing now. Business, I have a few business goals for the business. And that's it. My health, just eating more vegetables and fruits. Pretty simple. Yeah, Anna says, respect to those who decide to give up terrible habits and don't drop it. Commit, don't quit. Yes, it's hard. It's hard to break some habits, right? Once they become strong habits. So it's better not to start. Much easier, just don't start. Also, I want to ask about the VIP pricing. It's $1 to try it. That gives you 10 days. After that, it's $37 a month. If you continue, if you drop it before then, in the first 10 days, then it's just $1. So, $1 to try it. It's not much at all. All right, I think that's about it for today. So I'm going to go check on the rice I'm cooking. And we'll be back again soon to discuss more specifically about New Year's goals and resolutions. But the main thing, more than anything, is just be decisive. You don't need the perfect New Year goal. Okay? You can change it later. But what you do need to do is start the year. I recommend start the year with actions. Actions more important than the goals. You can have just make some goals, make them fast. You don't need to think about your goals forever and ever. What's the perfect goal? What will I do in 2023? You already have some ideas. I'm sure you already know basically what you want to do. So what's most important is in January to do things, to take strong actions. Get those habits started, the good habits. Get those started, right? Do things, take strong actions. And stronger actions are better. Bigger actions are better. So if your goal is to lose weight, okay, you don't need to think, you don't need to plan forever on finding the perfect diet. Just, start a fast in January. Start a fast. Go 3 days and don't eat. Right? You can do research about how to do fasting, but take a quick, decisive, strong action immediately, right? Alrighty then. Lots of love to you all. I'll be back again. What's today? We'll probably after New Year. And we'll talk more about goals and having a strong new year. And we can also talk about some of the worries people have about 2023, about the economic problems that probably are coming to the West, at least. Maybe other places too. Okay. Until then, join my VIP program at effortlessenglishclub.com. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time.